Jaya Nanda Jaya Vaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Jaya Jaya Shri Caitanya Jaya Nanda Jaya Vaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Jaya Jaya Shri Caitanya Jaya Nanda Jaya Vaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Lila Hare Vigrahaya Hare Mahāprabhu Sundaraaya Tasmai Mahaprabhu Rasapradaya Shri Caitanya Sundaraaya Namaste Shri Caitanya Sundaraaya Namaste Shri Caitanya Sundaraaya Namaste. Hare Krishna. So today we'll see about the meeting of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Raghunātha Gosvāmī. It has 300 plus slokas, 320 I think. So we'll see 3 parts of it. With the road of his costless mercy, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu employed a trick to deliver Raghunātha Gosvāmī from the blind well of contemptible family life. He made Raghunātha Gosvāmī one of his personal associates, placing him under the charge of Guru Damodar Gosvāmī. I offer my obeisances unto him. So it's actually a trick to deliver Raghunātha Gosvāmī. Let's see how it is. Is the voice breaking for everybody? Or is it only for Mataji?
Yes, Mataji, it is breaking.
Yes, Mataji.
Now it's fine?
Fine, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, because I'm from another device. So it has to be fine. All glories to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all glories to Lord Nityananda, all glories to Sri Advaita Acharya, and all glories to all the devotees of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Thus, Lord Gaura Chandra performed various pastimes with his associates at Jagannath Puri in varieties of transcendental pleasure. Although Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu felt pangs of separation from Krishna, he did not manifest his feelings externally. Okay, so he had separation from Krishna, but he did not show it externally. He feared the unhappiness of his devotees. Okay, if he show externally, what happens? Sometimes he bangs his head on the pillar and his blood started oozing, and he'll be crying, and his devotees will be upset with us. The transformation undergone by the Lord when he manifested severe unhappiness due to separation from Krishna cannot be described. When the Lord actually felt pangs of separation from Krishna, only Sri Ramananda Rai talks about Krishna, and sweet songs of Sarup Damodar kept him alive. So these, because they are what? Who? Lalita and Vishaka, right? So when the Lord is feeling separation means Radharani is feeling separation from Krishna. So, during Rasa Lila, or when Krishna left Vrindavan, or at that time when Krishna went, it was Lalita and Vishaka Saki who actually consoled Radharani. So same personalities when in Kali Yuga, also Ramananda Rai and that is Vishaka Saki and Sarup Damodar Lalita Saki, they both were there, and Ramananda Rai used to talk about Krishna, and Sarup Damodar used to sing about Krishna. So that kept Mahaprabhu alive. Because the Lord associated with various devotees during the day, his mind was somewhat diverted, but at night the pang of separation from Krishna increased very rapidly. So this is the bhav with which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to taste, the separation which Radharani felt when he left Vrindavan. 2 people, Ramananda Rai and Sarup Damodar Goswami, stayed with the Lord to pacify him by reciting various verses about Krishna's pastime and by singing appropriate song for his satisfaction. So when the Lord was not there, even the gopis were doing the same thing. One person used to be Krishna, another used to be Putana. They used to sing about the Lord's pastime. Previously, when Lord Krishna was personally present, Subala, one of his cowherd boyfriends, gave him happiness when he felt separation from Radharani. Similarly, Ramananda Rai helped give happiness to Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Krishna also had separation from Radharani, and Radharani also had separation. So at that time, Subala helped Krishna. Previously, when Srimati Radharani felt the pangs of separation from Krishna, her constant companion Lalita kept her alive by helping her in many ways. Similarly, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu felt Radharani's emotion, Sarup Damodar Goswami helped him maintain his life. To describe the fortunate position of Ramananda Rai and Sarup Damodar Goswami is extremely difficult. They were renounced renowned as intimately confidential friends of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The Lord thus enjoyed his life with his devotees. O devotees of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, now hear how Raghunātha Das Goswami met the Lord. So, Raghunātha Das Goswami, what happened? How did he come to meet the Lord? Who knows what happened? And does anyone know? He was the son of, it's not over how Raghunātha Das Goswami, that Pani Hatti Chidadahi festival. Nobody remembers? Hare Krishna. Why no reply? Does anyone remember the Chidadahi festival? No? About
No.
Raghunātha?
No, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes.
Without taking permission of Nityananda Mahaprabhu, he went to meet Mahaprabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Yes. So
Nityananda
Prabhu. Yes, so Nityananda Prabhu gave him a punishment. Actually, you don't say Nityananda Mahaprabhu. It's Nityananda Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay, Mahaprabhu is only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Nityananda Prabhu, you say. So, yes. So, without asking Nityananda Prabhu's permission, he directly went to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. 3 times he did. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, this is wrong. You have, because Nityananda Prabhu represents Guru Tattva and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna. So, you can't jump and go directly to Krishna. You have to go through the Guru. And for that, Nityananda Prabhu blessed him, kept his lotus feet on Raghunātha Das Goswami's head, but then gave him a danda. Danda means a punishment. That is, he has to cook chipped rice with dahi, that is curd, and also milk preparation was also there, and distribute among Vaishnavas. So that is in a place called Pani Hatti. Pani Hatti Chidadahi festival was happening. So that's the background. He is actually a son of a landlord. Okay, and the family tried to marry him, they tried to tie him at home, but still he used to escape and run to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now we'll see what happened about Raghunātha Das Goswami, how he met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When Raghunātha Das, during his family life, went to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Shantipura, the Lord gave him worthy instructions by his costless mercy. That time, Mahaprabhu said something about some vairagya. Which one? Actually, Mahaprabhu said, Antarnishta Bahya Vyavahar. Inside, you should be having Nishta, you should be a nice devotee, but outside, you should be like a Grihastha or Vyavahar. You have to do all the business. But he also said that he has to do some Vairagya. Yes, Manasi?
Mataji, he was doing Markada Vairagya.
Yeah, what is Markada Vairagya? Markada is a monkey.
The monkey looks very renounced. He has no clothes and all, but still he looks like a human. But he secretly has sense gratification. He steals the glasses and all of people and bananas for getting the food. They are doing lots of sense gratification.
Yeah, so that's kind of a Markada Vairagya. So Mahaprabhu said to Raghunātha Das Goswami, don't do Markada Vairagya. Don't be like a monkey. You know, outside you look like, might be looking at nonsense, but inside you have all these desires. Yeah, so this is the advice which he gave. And that was in Shantipur, okay? Instead of becoming a so-called renounced, Raghunātha Das, following the instructions of Lord, returned home and played exactly like a pounds and shillings man. So actually, Raghunātha Das Goswami had a family, and Mahaprabhu was like, don't run away like this. Go back, be with your family, and when it's time, you can come back. So Raghunātha Das was inwardly completely renounced, even in family life, but he did not express his renunciation externally. Now, sometimes our family is like against Krishna consciousness. You know, so many youngsters are here. Your parents are not Krishna conscious, or your children are not Krishna conscious, your relatives are not Krishna conscious. You can't just show your japa beads to all of them. You can't sit and chant in front of them. We don't expose your devotional service in front of them. What do you get? You know, this lamp, when you light it, you don't keep it in a place where there's a lot of wind. What will happen? It'll just shut off. It just diminishes, or it just blows off. No, you should keep it in a very nice place where there is no much disturbances. Similarly, our devotional service should be like kept secret. You can tell it to devotees, but not to non-devotees, or don't expose it in front of other members who are not devotees. Then it'll just get destroyed. So this is what Mahaprabhu said. So Raghunatha Goswami was like that, completely renounced inside, Antarnishta, but Bahya Vyavahar. Outside he was like a family man. Instead, he acted just like an ordinary businessman. Seeing this, his father and mother were satisfied. They wanted that because he is the only son of a big landlord. Okay, his father's brothers and all didn't have children. So only his father has this child called Raghunatha Goswami. And he is the only owner of so much wealth. So Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya chapter 6 verse 15. Baitare Vairagya Bitare Vairagya Bahire Kare Sarva Karma Dekiyata Mata Pitara Anandita Mana. Okay, so Bitare Vairagya and Bahire Kare Sarva Karma. So outside he was doing all the works, inside he was renounced. When he received a message that Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had returned from Mathura city, Raghunatha endeavored to go to the lotus feet of the Lord. At that time, there was a Muslim official collecting taxes at Saptagrama. When Hiranyadasa, Raghunatha's uncle, made an agreement with the government to collect taxes, the Muslim Chaudhry or tax collector, having lost his position, became extremely envious of him. Hiranyadasa was collecting 20 lakh coins and therefore should have delivered 15 lakh to the government. Instead, he was giving only 12 lakh, thus making an extra profit of 3 lakh coins. Seeing this, the Muslim Chaudhry, who was a Turk, became his rival. After sending a confidential account to the government treasury, the Chaudhry brought the minister in charge. The Chaudhry came wanting to arrest Hiranyadasa, but Hiranyadasa had left home. Therefore, the Chaudhry arrested Raghunatha. Every day, the Muslim would chastise Raghunatha and tell him, bring your father and his elder brother, otherwise you will be punished. The Chaudhry wanted to beat him, but as soon as he saw Raghunatha's face, his mind changed and he could not beat him. Who's Raghunatha Goswami is one of the Manjaris, right? Indeed, the Chaudhry was afraid of Raghunatha because Raghunatha belonged to the Kshatriya community. Although the Chaudhry would chastise him with oral vibration, he was afraid to beat him. While this was going on, Raghunatha thought of a tricky method of escape. Thus, he humbly submitted this plea at the feet of the Muslim Chaudhry. My dear sir, my father and his elder brother are your brothers. All brothers always fight about something. Sometimes brothers fight among themselves and sometimes they have very friendly dealings. There is no certainty when such changes will take place. Thus, I'm sure that although today you are fighting, tomorrow you three brothers will be sitting together in peace. Just as I am my father's son, so I am also yours. I'm your dependent and you are my maintainer. For a maintainer to punish the person he maintains is not good. You're expert in all the scriptures. Indeed, you are like a living saint. When the Muslim heard Raghunatha's appealing voice, his heart softened. He began to cry and tears glided down his beard. The Muslim Chaudhry told Raghunatha, you're my son from this day on. Today, by some means, I shall have you released. After informing the minister, the Chaudhry released Raghunatha and then began to speak to him with great affection. Your father's elder brother is less intelligent, he said. He enjoys 8 lakh coins, but since I am also a shareholder, he should give some portion of it to me. Now you go arrange a meeting between me and your uncle. Let him do whatever he thinks best. I shall completely depend on his decision. Raghunatha arranged a meeting between his uncle and the Chaudhry. The matter was settled and everything was peaceful. In this way, Raghunatha passed 1 year exactly like a first-class business manager. But the next year, he again decided to leave home. So similarly, Prabhupada was saying, when Kamsa heard that Akashvani and he was about to kill Devaki, so what did Vasudeva do? Vasudeva had to save his wife some way or the other. So he also tricked Kamsa by saying that your sister's sons are going to kill you, the 8th son. The sister is not going to kill you. So at least please leave her alone because it's her marriage day. And as a brother, you should not kill her. And I promise I'll bring all the children to you so that you do whatever you want. No, at that moment, he didn't think about anything. Just he wanted to save his wife. And he wanted to save his wife. And with his mind, he tried to trick Kamsa. Okay, similarly here, Raghunatha Goswami spoke so nicely to the Muslim Chaudhry that he agreed. And a meeting was set and there was no problem. It was peaceful. In this way, Raghunatha passed 1 year exactly like a first-class business manager, but the next year he again decided to leave home. So many times he had left home before and to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Here again, now again he left home. He got up alone one night and left, but his father caught him in a distant place and brought him back. So many times he tried to escape, the father will catch him. Now this I remembers of me about Prabhupada's disciples. Now, Prabhupada's disciples want to join Prabhupada's movement, want to join temple full time, but then the parents were not allowing. Youngsters were coming, and there was a case filed, and one mother said that you're brainwashing my child. And Prabhupada replied, yes, we are washing the brain. That's true. Krishna consciousness is washing the dull brain of human beings. So, she filed a case and all that. So many things happened. But then Prabhupada was always calm. And here they run towards Prabhupada, and the father and mother used to bring them back. In fact, one parent kidnapped their own child, arranged someone to kidnap so that he doesn't chant, he doesn't do anything. And even one of the great Maharaj nowadays in the movement, Prabhupada's disciple, he was in fact sent to a psychiatrist to hypnotize and to get the real answers from him, what he want to do in life, to come back from Prabhupada. Another Maharaj's father went and gave Prabhupada a blank check. You take this blank check, give my son back. And Prabhupada looked at the Maharaj, at that disciple, and said, what should I do? Should I take this blank check and or you? Should I take you or the blank check? And the disciple said, take both. Take the blank check, take me also. I want to be yours. Even another two brothers, they were also like completely with Prabhupada. So many times even parents, dead. This is like one night he went. Similarly, there was one Mataji at night. She just left home and she had a big suitcase and she was coming down her steps, and the suitcase fell, and her father got up and like, where are you going this dead of the night? She's like, I'm going to join Prabhupada's movement. And then all of a sudden in that bag, she had Prabhupada's tape, and it started because it was some problem with the tape. And then because the suitcase dropped, the tape started working, and it was Prabhupada talking in that. So finally the parents allowed, because they could not stop them back. But many of them, they brought them back, and they were unfortunate. But then some were really fortunate to be with Prabhupada. This became almost a daily affair. Raghunātha would run away from home, and his father would again bring him back home. Then Raghunātha's mother spoke to his father as follows: our son has become mad. No, how many of you have heard this statement when you came to Krishna consciousness? Oh, my father has gone mad, my mother has not gone bad, or my child is gone mad, my sister, my relative. I've heard this so many times. They say like, oh, she has gone mad in Krishna consciousness. But actually, it's not we who are mad. They think we are mad. Actually, they are mad. They are going behind sense gratification, right? Might be in your family, it may not be. But then, yes, because not everybody is Krishna conscious. Not everybody is God conscious in some families. So definitely they say, oh, she has become like Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, pagal ho gaye, so much mad in Krishna consciousness. Somehow, like, because they don't know what kirtan is, they don't know the ecstasy which we enjoy in Krishna consciousness, but they think it's just show off, or it just we are just artificially doing things. But no, if they really come to Krishna consciousness, they know. So they think we are mad, but actually they are mad. Okay. And then she said, just keep him by binding him with ropes. His father, being very unhappy, replied to her as follows: Raghunātha, our son, has opulence like Indra, the heavenly king, and his wife is as beautiful as an angel. Yet all this could not tie down his mind. Actually, Raghunātha's Gosvāmī's parents got him married so that he stay at home, so that he doesn't run away to Mahāprabhu. But still, he didn't bother all that. He actually ran away. How then? Actually, it is said Mahāprabhu went into Grihastha life so as to get Vairagya from Grihastha life, so as to come out of the Grihastha life. That's why he went into that. Raghunātha's our son has opulence. Yeah. How then could we keep this boy home by binding him with ropes? It's not possible even for one's father to nullify the reaction of one's past activities. See, even one's father cannot nullify our past activities. Only Krishna can do that, because Krishna is above karma. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has fully bestowed his mercy on him. Who can keep home such a madman of Chaitanya Chandra? So the real mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is to get virakti from material things. Why you can see so many people joining temple? Why? It's because they got detached from material life. Why? That's the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's real mercy. If you're still attached to material life, you can't be in the temple. So here he just said, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. So what should we do is, when we chant the Panchatattva mantra, we should sincerely chant to Mahaprabhu to give us that detachment from this material world. Otherwise, we keep rotating in the cycle of birth, death, old age, disease. No, puna puna charvida charvana. We won't come out of it. No, so his father and mother is like, who can stop him? He's become a mad person. Then Raghunātha considered something in his mind, and the next day he went to Nityananda Goshani in the village of Panihatti. This is the Panihatti Chidadehi festival. Now we're going to explain. In the village of Panihatti, Raghunātha obtained an interview with Nityananda Prabhu, who was accompanied by many kirtan performers, servants, and others. Sitting on a rock under a tree on the banks of Ganges, Lord Nityananda seemed as effulgent as hundreds of thousands of rising sun. Many devotees sat on the ground surrounding him, seeing the influence of Nityananda Prabhu. Raghunātha was astonished. He is Balram. Nitai hoye, Balram hoile Nitai. Rajendra Nandan hoile Sachi Sudha hoile Sai, Balram hoile Nitai. So it's Balram. Raghunātha offered his obeisances by falling a prostrate at a distance place. And the servant of Nityananda Prabhu pointed out, there is Raghunātha offering your obeisances. And now when Nityananda Prabhu saw Raghunātha Gosvāmī, what do he call him? Thief. Why he's a thief, we'll see. Hearing this, Lord Nityananda Prabhu said, you are a thief. Now you have come to see me. Come here. Today I shall punish you. Why do you think Nityananda Prabhu called Raghunātha Gosvāmī as a thief? Why does he call him as a thief?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Because without
Shubham Patel Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji, because he went to meet Mahaprabhu without asking to Nityananda Prabhu. That's why.
Yeah, so that means Mahaprabhu belongs to Nityananda Prabhu, na?
Right. Yeah, yes.
That means Krishna belongs to Guru. Nityananda Prabhu indicates Guru Tattva, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna. So Raghunātha Gosvāmī tried to get Krishna without the permission of Guru, or Krishna belongs to Guru. Krishna is the property of the Guru. Now, if you want Krishna, you have to go through Guru. Now, what did Raghunātha Gosvāmī try to do? He skipped Nityananda Prabhu and bypassed him and went directly to Krishna. So, without Guru's permission, he went to Krishna. In that way, he was a thief because Krishna belonged to the Guru. The Lord called him, but Raghunātha did not go near the Lord, because he told he'll punish him. No, actually punishment is also a mercy. The Lord forcibly caught him and placed his lotus feet upon Raghunātha's head. This is the real mercy. Bhakta pada dhuliyara, bhakta pada jal, bhakta bhukta avashesha tino mahabal. So this is bhakta pada dhuli. You want to put the dust on his head. So that's why. Lord Nityananda was by nature very merciful and funny. Being merciful, he spoke to Raghunātha as follows. So Nityananda Prabhu is very merciful in the sense, Guru is very merciful. Nityananda Mahauna me Sarvananda Karamparam Harinama Pradam Devam Avatuta Shiromani. He's Harinama Pradam. He gives you the Harinama, or he gives you Hari, Nityananda Prabhu. You're just like a thief. But instead of coming near, you stay away at a distance place. Now I have captured you. I shall punish you. Again, he calls him as a thief. And what is the danda he gives? The punishment. Make a festival and feed all my associates yogurt and chipped rice. It's poha with yogurt. Hearing this, Raghunātha was greatly pleased. Oh, this is the punishment. Raghunātha immediately sent his own men to the village to purchase all kind of eatables and bring them back. He's zamindar. He's such a big landlord, no, of his only son of his parents. So he was very rich, and so he arranged for this. Raghunātha brought chipped rice, yogurt, milk, sweetmeats, sugars, bananas, and other eatables and placed them all around. As soon as they heard that a festival was going to be held, all kind of brahmanas and other gentlemen began to arrive. Thus, there were innumerable people. Seeing the crowd increasing, Raghunātha arranged to get more eatables from other villages. He also brought 200 to 400 large round earthen pots. He also obtained 5 to 7 or 7 especially large earthen pots, and in these pots a brahmana began soaking chipped rice for the satisfaction of Lord Nityananda. In one place, chipped rice was soaked in hot milk in each of the large pots. Then half of the rice was mixed with yogurt, sugars, and banana. So sometimes we do this during the festival. We make, so you can make at home also. Just take some chipped rice and put some hot milk, sugar, and banana, the fruits you have. In another, you can keep chipped rice with yogurt, and also again sugar you can add, and if you have ripe mangoes, that would be great combination, and just mix them nicely and you offer to Nityananda Prabhu. That's the offering that was done at that time. Other half was mixed with condensed milk and a special type of banana known as chanpakala. Then sugar, clarified butter, and camphor were added. After Nityananda Prabhu had changed his cloth for a new one and sat on the raised platform, the Brahmana brought before him the 7 huge pots. On that platform, all the most important associates of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, as well as other important men, sat down in the circle around the Lord. Among them were Ramadasa, Sundarananda, Gadadhar Dasa, Murari, Kamalakara, Sadashiva, and Purandara. Dhananjaya, Jagadisha, Parameshwara Dasa, Mahesha, Gauri Dasa, and Hoda Krishna Dasa were all there. Similarly, Uddharana Datta Thakura and many other personal associates of the Lord sat on the raised platform with Nityananda Prabhu. No one could count them all. Hearing about the festival, all kind of learned scholars, brahmanas, and priests were there. Lord Nityananda Prabhu honored them and made them sit on the raised platform with him. Everyone was offered 2 earthen pots. In one was put chipped rice with condensed milk, and other chipped rice with yogurt. You will never see all these details of prasadam in Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam. It's given only in Chaitanya Charitamrita. All other people sat in groups around the platform. No one could count how many people were there. So many. Each and every one of them was supplied with 2 earthen pots. So rich Raghunātha Gosvāmī was that he could give everyone prasadam. One of the chipped rice soaked in yogurt, and other chipped rice soaked in condensed milk. Some of the brahmanas, not having gotten a place on the platform, went to the banks of Ganges with their 2 earthen pots and soaked their chipped rice there. Others who could not get a place even on the bank of Ganges got down into the water and began eating their 2 kind of chipped rice. So even everywhere were full, and they even went to the Ganges. Some sat on the platform, some at the base of the platform, some on the banks of Ganges, and they were all supplied 2 pots each by the 20 men who distributed the food. At that time, Raghav Pandit arrived there. Seeing the situation, he began to laugh in great surprise. He brought many kind of food cooked in ghee and offered to the Lord. This prasadam he first placed before Lord Nityananda and then distributed among the devotees. Raghav Pandit said to Lord Nityananda, "For you, sir, I have already offered food to the deity, but you are engaged in a festival here, and so the food is lying there untouched." Lord Nityananda replied, "Let me eat all this food here during the day, and I shall eat at your home at night. I belong to a community of cowherd boys, and therefore I generally have many cowherd associates with me. I'm happy when we eat together in a picnic like this by the sandy banks of the river." This is the same pastime which Krishna and Balram used to go with the cowherd boys on the banks of Yamuna, and they all sit together and have lunch together, so like a picnic. Lord Nityananda made Raghav Pandit sit down and had 2 pots delivered to him also. There were 2 kinds of chipped rice soaked in them. When chipped rice had been served to everyone, Lord Nityananda Prabhu in meditation brought Sri Chaitanya Mahāprabhu there. So Mahaprabhu was not personally there, but in meditation, Balram brought Krishna there. When Sri Chaitanya Mahāprabhu arrived, Lord Nityananda Prabhu stood up. Then they saw how the others were enjoying the chipped rice with yogurt and condensed milk. From each and every pot, Nityananda Prabhu took 1 morsel of chipped rice and pushed it into the mouth of Sri Chaitanya Mahāprabhu as a joke. Sri Chaitanya Mahāprabhu also smilingly took a morsel of food, pushed it into the mouth of Nityananda, and laughed as he made Lord Nityananda eat it. In this way, Lord Nityananda was walking through all the groups of eaters, and all the Vaishnavas standing there were seeing the fun. No one could understand what Nityananda Prabhu was doing as he walked about. Some, however, who were very fortunate could see Lord Chaitanya Mahāprabhu was also present. Not everyone could see Mahāprabhu, only some very pure devotees could see. Then Nityananda Prabhu smiled and sat down. On his right side, he kept 4 pots of chipped rice that had not been made from boiled paddy. Lord Nityananda offered Sri Chaitanya Mahāprabhu a place and had him sit down. Then together, the 2 brothers began eating chipped rice. So not made from boiled paddy means some of in South India, some of you have boiled rice at home, but then you don't offer that. We don't offer that to Krishna. Why? Because it's already boiled, in the sense, not the how do I say it? Not the raw rice. It is like some kind of reddish color, that boiled ones. So that is actually good for your health. But then if we offer to, we can't offer because it's already boiled once. Okay, so in parboiled. So only the raw one we offer. And if you want to have boiled, what you do, you don't offer, but then little raw rice you keep, and that one you cook and offer to Krishna, and you sprinkle it on the boiled rice, and we have. So don't offer. So here it is said it's not made from boiled paddy that's like fresh, and it was offered to the Lord. Lord Nityananda offered Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu a place and had him sit there. Then together the two brothers began eating chipped rice. Seeing Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu eating with him, Lord Nityananda Prabhu became very happy and exhibited varieties of ecstatic love. Lord Nityananda Prabhu ordered, all of you eat, chanting the holy name of Hari. Immediately the holy names Hari Hari resounded, filling the entire universe. Hari Hari. What's the meaning of Hari? Hari means what?
Takes away all sins.
Takes away all
The one
sin.
who
Yes,
steals
Chaitanya
all
Mataji.
the problems.
All the sorrows and
all
miseries.
sins.
Yeah. Hari Shabd Nane Arte Dui Mukyatamam. Sarva Amangala Hare. Diye Premadan. Man Hare. Okay, he Sarva Amangala Hare. He takes away all inauspicious things. Hari, and then inauspiciousness, and also Sarva Amangala Hari and Man Hare. He just takes away your mind also, no? And that's what he do. And prema dena, he'll just give you prema, and that's what Hari means. What? And the main term Hare came from Hari. Hare is Radharani, but Hari is the Lord. When all the Vaishnavas chanted the holy name Hari Hari and eating, they remembered how Krishna and Balram ate with their companions, the cowherd boys on the banks of Yamuna. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda Prabhu are extremely merciful and liberal. It was Raghunātha's good fortune that they accepted all these dealings. Who can understand the influence of the mercy of Lord Nityananda Prabhu? He is so powerful that he induced Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to come eat chipped rice on the banks of Ganges. All the confidential devotees who were cowherd boys headed by Sri Ramadasa were absorbed in ecstatic love. They thought the bank of Ganges to be the bank of Yamuna. When the shopkeepers of many other villages heard about the festival, they arrived there to sell chipped rice, yogurt, sweetmeats, and banana. As they came bringing all kind of food, Raghunātha purchased it all. He gave them the price for their goods and later fed them the very same food. Anyone who came to see how these funny things were going on was also fed chipped rice, yogurt, and bananas. After Lord Nityananda Prabhu finished eating, he washed his hands and mouth and gave Raghunātha the food remaining in the 4 pots. Now that became Bhakta Bhukta Vishisha, that becomes Mahaprasad. Prabhupada also, he never eats completely. He eats little and keeps it for his disciples, not thinking he is proud, just to give him their mercy, just to give the mercy, because Bhakta Bhukta Vishesha has so much power. Okay, so after Lord Nityananda Prabhu finished eating, he washed his hands, gave the prasad to Raghunātha. There were food remaining in the 3 other big pots of Lord Nityananda, and a Brahmana distributed it all to the devotees, giving a morsel to each. Then the Brahmana brought a flower garland and placed the garland on Nityananda Prabhu's neck and smeared sandalwood pulp all over his body. When a servant brought betel nuts and offered them to Lord Nityananda, Lord smiled and chewed them. With his own hands, Lord Nityananda Prabhu distributed to all the devotees whatever flower garland, sandalwood pulp, and betel nuts remained. After receiving the remnants of food left by Lord Nityananda Prabhu, Raghunātha, who was greatly happy, ate some and distributed the rest among his own associates. So this doesn't look like a punishment. It's actually a punishment, but it doesn't look like it was a festival. Thus, I have described the pastimes of Nityananda Prabhu in relation to the celebrated festival of chipped rice and yogurt. Nityananda Prabhu rested for the day, and when the day ended, he went to the temple of Raghav Pandit and began congregational chanting of the holy name of the Lord. Lord Nityananda Prabhu first influenced all the devotees to dance, and finally he himself began dancing, thus inundating the entire world in ecstatic love. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was observing the dancing of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu could see this, but the others could not. The dancing of Lord Nityananda Prabhu, like the dancing of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, cannot be compared to anything within this 3 world. No one can properly describe the sweetness of Lord Nityananda's dancing. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally comes to see it, because Nityananda Prabhu is Balram, and he also serves in all the 5 rasas to the Lord. After the dancing and after Lord Nityananda had rested, Raghav Pandit submitted his request that the Lord take supper. Lord Nityananda Prabhu sat down for the supper with his personal associates and made a sitting place on his right side for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So always Nityananda Prabhu, because Krishna and Balram is always together, right? Nitai Gaura. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came there and sat down at this place. Seeing this, Raghav Pandit felt increasingly happiness. See, by meditation, Nityananda Prabhu used to call Mahaprabhu. So Balram serves Krishna in all the 5 rasas, right? So how do he serve in Shantaras? In Shantaras, Balram serves as
Mridanga, Kartal.
Mridanga, Kartal, all the ornaments, Ananda Shesh, right? And Sakya? Sakyaras.
Balram only.
Yeah, as a friend. Balram was like a friend, cowherd boyfriends. And Vatsalya as a parent.
As a Balram only, as a elder brother.
Elder brother is Dauji. Yeah, it's an elder brother. Then what about Dasya?
As a Balram only, he was
Massaging, no? Krishna's
yeah, he was massaging the lotus.
Yeah, and Madhurya Ras, how does Balram serves in Madhurya Ras? As a Manjari. Which Manjari? Ananga Manjari. Okay. Yeah, Ananga Manjari. Yeah. Okay. So that's how Balram serves Krishna in all the rasa. So we'll stop here, 108, and see tomorrow how Raghunātha Gosvāmī later on went to Vrindavan. And those who have gone to Radhakund, did you see Raghunātha Gosvāmī Samadhi? Now, if you go to Radhakund, and when you do Govardhan Parikrama, you go to Radhakund, and towards one side, if you go inside, you should go inside. There is a place where there is 24 hours Kirtan goes on. These Gaudiya Vaishnavas will be sitting there and chanting and Kirtan, so much Kirtan with harmonium and mridanga, so much. It will be a very small place, but then that's a place where there is Raghunātha Gosvāmī Samadhi is there, because Raghunātha Gosvāmī was doing all his pastimes at the Radhakund, and so exalted devotee that he was always doing bhajan there. So that's a Samadhi where you can go and offer obeisances. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Any questions? Hope it's clear. Hare Krishna. Thank you all for joining. Okay. So we'll continue tomorrow. I don't know whether you are getting benefited by reading, but I am definitely getting benefited by reading. So I was like, whoever comes or not, every day at 8:30, I'll just come and read and go. Because sometimes I've done just superficial reading of all these, but now because of your mercy, I'm also able to read in detail. But yes, I miss the purports of Srila Prabhupada, as I am a person who enjoys reading Prabhupada's purports. Anyway, yeah. Yes, Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Mataji, see, while these devotees were enjoying eating, Nityananda Prabhu called mentally Caitanya Mahaprabhu, because they both are like Krishna Balaram brothers. To see the Caitanya, to see that devotees enjoying and eating, but only Caitanya, Nityananda Prabhu could see, but not others, I think so. They could not see.
Some of them could see. Here it is said that not everyone were able to see, but some, like the close associates, could see.
Okay.
Or like how the Lord did his pastime, the evening Kirtan in Srivas Pandit's house. Only some of them could actually see that Kirtan, not everyone. So here it is said that only some could see, only so fortunate, or who can see Krishna? Prema Jinachirida Bhakti Vilyojanena, those who have the ointment of love, right? So it is said that here, who were very fortunate. Yeah. Some, however, who were very fortunate could see Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was also present. So some of them could see, not only Nityananda Prabhu, some devotees could see, Mataji.
Okay.
Not everyone.
Thank you, Mataji. So enjoying.
Yes.
I was also, Mataji, I was also having same question, but now doubt is clear. But in meditation, some devotees used to see Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Yes.
Then Sachi Devi used to give the bhog. Then that time also Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to eat, hai na, bhoga. So Sachi Mata was also used to see the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Yeah, she's a mother, no? She's not different from Yashoda Maya.
And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to take bhog from which houses? Sachi Devi Mataji, Advaita Acharya, and
Sachi Mata's house he goes. Then Advaita Acharya's house. And I don't remember who's the other one.
Okay.
But he goes to wherever the pure devotees call, he goes and have prasad and come. And Sachimata was like, I didn't offer again. And she goes again to the kitchen, it will be full, no? All the pots will be full. Again she'll offer, again she'll come back.
No, we don't say, during taking prasadam, we don't say Hari, like they are saying.
Hari? We chant the prasad mantra, no? Mahaprasade Govinde Nama Brahmana Vaishnava. And in that, at the end, we chant Hare Krishna mantra. We don't say Hari. But yes, there are devotees who chant Hari Hari. Yes, Sridevi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So this Panihatti, this place is far from Puri. Is it like why Caitanya Mahaprabhu didn't come for this festival?
Yeah. So actually what happened here, because Raghunātha Gosvāmī, without taking Nityananda Prabhu's mercy or permission, went to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? So Krishna was just doing his pastime by saying that first you surrender to the Guru and then come to me. Now you won't get to Krishna just by offending the Guru. So first you please the Guru, do the Panihatti Chitadehi festival and offer to cheap price to Nityananda Prabhu, then I will come. So it's like a pastime where Krishna is teaching us by example that even Raghunātha Gosvāmī got a punishment when he tried to jump over the Guru. So in that way, just for the pastime, he didn't come. But later on, yes, we can see as the chapter names is how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu met Raghunātha Gosvāmī, right? So later on, he comes. So first, he's just giving that time to do the danda, that punishment. Adish Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Next, does Raghunātha Gosvāmī ji goes to Puri?
Puri, I've not heard much. Yeah, he goes. He's the one who goes and eat that remnants, no? He wash the Jagannath's prasad, like 2-3 days old prasad, he wash and then he eats, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu catches his hand and try to take that rice from him. Even the cows don't, even some dogs also don't eat that prasad. So much renounced he was. I think it's Raghunātha Gosvāmī. Yeah, he goes to Puri then.
Yeah.
So,
yes,
yeah, I think later on he goes, and later on then he goes to Vrindavan. First he goes to Puri and then he goes to Vrindavan. And he was such a renounced person that he used to eat prasad, which was like 2-3 days old, and he used to wash in water, and then without even salt he was having. And Mahaprabhu's like, what are you eating? Give it to me. And then Raghunātha Gosvāmī never used to give. So renounced he was. We can't copy, we can't imitate, but yes, he goes. Okay, Hare Krishna everyone.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
And here Vancha Kalpatarupasya Kripasandha Bevacha Patitanam Pavani Vaishnavi Banamanamana Kodi Vaishnavati Ki Jai, Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai, Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai.